14th and I graduate today at 1 p.m. It is currently 10:14. University is about an hour away, so I have about 50 minutes to do my makeup. I already did my hair. It's been a brutal past couple weeks in terms of my mental illness, so that would be why you see all of these marks on my face. You guys probably aren't used to seeing my face like this because I have pretty clear skin for the most part. Acne treatment that my doctor has given me chemically burns my skin a lot of the time. It does get rid of the pimples, but it does burn my skin a little bit. So that's what you're seeing here. They look brutal in the camera, but I just wanted them to be all flattened for my makeup, obviously for my grad day. So we are going to do our best to cover those up and feel as confident as possible today. I want to sit and talk to you guys about grad, about my thoughts of graduating university, reflecting back on the last couple years. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the makeup for today's graduation. I'm going to start with my eyes today, not something that I normally do, but I'm going to be applying falsies and stuff like that, so I just figured it would be easier to start with my eyes. I'm going to start off by priming my eyes with the Tarte Shape Tape, just putting a little tiny bit. I say a little tiny bit and then I just put like the biggest amount on my eyes. This looks crazy. I was debating whether or not I even wanted to wear shadow. Just don't like a ton of shadow on my eyes for the most part. I want to keep my look fairly natural because I want to look like myself. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Tartelette, just the OG palette. I'm going to do like a soft brown shadow look to give some definition to my eye shape, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my brows and my lashes. For this, I'm going to play music and chill because I'm feeling a little stressed, a little worked up. So I'm going to listen to some music to calm me down, make me feel good, and then I will speed this portion up and come back and talk to you guys while I do my face makeup and talk to you about all my thoughts on graduation once I've kind of collected myself. Okay, so my eyebrows and my shadow, super simple, are done, and I put on some individual lashes which are drying, and then I'm going to add a little bit of mascara on top of them. It is 10:46. Technically, I'm supposed to be leaving in 14 minutes, so that's stressful. We're just going to ignore that for right now and finish the makeup. So I'm going in with a L'Oreal smoothing primer, just putting a good amount on my face. I'll bring it down in these areas. Oh, I seriously love this primer. It feels so nice on the skin. I can't believe how bad these red marks look on camera. In person, they look bad, obviously, because they are pretty bad, but on camera, I feel like they're showing up just so much worse. And now I'm going in with my Nivea Men's Aftershave Balm. I like to use this when I'm going to events or want my makeup to last a little bit longer because it's not only moisturizing, but it leaves the skin really tacky, which is good for your makeup to stick to and last longer. For foundation today, I'm going in with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. You guys know, if you've watched any of my recent videos, this is my newfound favorite foundation. It is a perfect skin match for me, and I'm putting a good amount on because it's grad and we want to be full coverage. And I'm going to be buffing this out with my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush, which I really like, except the bristles fall off when I'm blending out my foundation, which I obviously don't like. So if you have any recommendations, let me know. As you can see, this foundation leaves my skin looking really good. It looks like my skin, but it just looks better, and it does a nice job of covering up all this stuff in this area. Obviously, I'm also going to go in with concealer, but I think that looks pretty good. And then to give it a even more natural finish, I like to go on top of it with a beauty blender. So as I said, I wanted to talk a little bit about graduation, about my university experience, and all of that good stuff. So for me, university was really not a linear experience. I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape now. I decided to go to school on the eastern coast of Canada in my first year. If you didn't know, I live in Ontario, just outside of Toronto. So for me, going out to the east coast, I went to school in New Brunswick. Is actually like a 16-hour drive and a 3-ish hour flight. So I was either driving out for 16 hours or flying to get to school, and I loved that school. I met so many amazing people there, and the small town community that my school was in was incredible. But in second year, I was dealing with a falling out with a friend, and I just felt very isolated and alone. And on top of that, I was dealing with a ton of health issues as well as mental health issues. I was beginning to develop what is now my full-blown anxiety, but at the time it was just manifesting in small ways, and I didn't know what it was or how to deal with it. I was also dealing with a lot of physical health issues relating to my gut and my digestion, and I was also diagnosed with celiac disease. So I was going through a lot of changes, and I was really far from home, and I felt really isolated, didn't really feel like I had many friends supporting me. So I decided to transfer it to a school closer to home. Went there for 2 years and I loved it. This is the school that I'm graduating from today. I don't feel a great deal of affiliation with it just because going through a lot when I was at that school as well with my mental health mainly. I had gotten control over my physical health, but I went through a breakup that was really, really hard for me to get over at the time, and there was just a lot of changes that happened at my second school as well. And because I transferred schools, I was behind on a couple credits because not everything transferred over perfectly, so I had to do an extra semester, so 4 years and a half. And all of my friends graduated last year, so I didn't really want to stay at this school by myself for an extra fall semester, so I decided to apply for the exchange student program, and I ended up going to England. I went to the University of Birmingham this past fall, did my final semester there, which was very different because my last day of 4th year classes was like a 1st year class or a 2nd year class or something. So it was just a very different experience overall than what a lot of people have in university or college in the States. I've been working for 5 months now since returning home from exchange, so I kind of feel like I've already been done with school for a while now. I debated not going to my graduation for a while, but it is a big deal, and even though I've distanced myself from it and it's been a while since I've been in school, especially at the school that I'm actually graduating from, I finished classes a full year ago, so it's a little weird to be going to graduation, and the whole graduating process itself actually brings me a lot of anxiety, just like having to line up and be surrounded in a crowd with people that I don't know. All of it's a little unnerving to me. I worked really hard. I thought that I was graduating with honors, but I'm actually graduating with distinction, so that's exciting. That means I got pretty good grades. I worked really hard for it, even though I've been to 3 different schools, going in with the loose Maybelline Fit Me and really setting all of my makeup. I have technically 4 minutes until I need to be ready, and that's not happening, so we're really rushing on the makeup now. I'll make sure to get a full clip of my outfit. I was thinking that I would do that right now before I leave, but with the time, that's definitely not going to happen. I covered up my scars, my chemical burns, and I'm feeling okay. Now I'm going to go in with contour. I'm going to take this Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow, and I'm going to take the bronzer side, which is very cool toned, and do a tiny bit of contouring. I'm trying to slow down and like take my time and not rush, because especially with contour and bronzer, you really don't want to rush and look muddy and gross. Contour. God, I was so rushed. My mom's gonna come and knock on my door in like 2 minutes and be like, "You ready? We need to go." And I'm gonna be like applying my bronzer. And now I'm going in with my bronzer. It is the Dior bronzer. I will link all the products down below. And I'm going in with my Real Techniques brush. It's funny, I was literally just talking to the camera and I was like, "And I'm not ready, and my mom's gonna come knock on my door when I'm applying my bronzer." And I started applying my bronzer and I could hear you like lurking outside. I'm baking my bronzer now. Stole the show, and the Becca Moonstone. My head is all over the place right now. It's all good, it's all good, it's all good. And then for blush, wow, I have a lot of bronzer on. For blush, I'm going to go in with the YSL Blush Voluped in number 5. This is the perfect pink shade, and today is a bougie day. I'm feeling bougie, so we're gonna use the YSL blush. And then we're going to brush away that bakage, and I'm going to take some more sprays of the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist all over my face, just like soak it. I'm going to run around, try and find the lipstick that I want to wear, put on some mascara on top of my lashes, put on my dress, and I will be back to end this clip. Okay, you guys, I have my mascara on, I have my lipstick on. Now supposed to have left 9 minutes ago, so we're a little bit behind schedule, but thank you guys so much for watching. I'm honestly in such a good mood. I'm so thankful that my mood the past couple days isn't carrying over into today, and that I can enjoy today with my family and just really celebrate graduating university. As I said, I wasn't even going to go to the ceremony for a while, but I'm excited that I am, and I'm excited to share all of it with you guys. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I hope that you had an awesome day. Bye!